Hi, and joining us on our Christmas special, we have this beautiful couple, Rochelle Rao and Sequeira. Hi.
First time I've been called a beautiful, but
Yeah.
thank you very much.
You are
Hi.
beautiful, Keith.
Am
You're
I?
very beautiful and handsome and
Don't talk like
wonderful.
that.
So, of course, we have to start with your Christmas plans, and we
Yes.
can already see the beautiful decor here.
I think, obviously this is a big part of our Christmas celebrations. So usually first week of December, is time to get everything out and up and see what new decor ideas you want to try. Like this year, I've done a boho chic tree. Keith
What?
had no idea what
I
that
have
was.
no idea what that was. I just was told, ye dalo idhar, and I kept doing it. But I'm the executor. I mean, the
Yeah.
person who does the job, not the executor.
Apart from that, we actually have an action-packed calendar this time. We have Prabhu Yeshu Janmotsav. We have
Gifts to be given to everybody. We had to travel for our shoot. We are traveling again now. So
and we
there's a lot
have
of travel this time.
also the weekend is full because it's a weekend. So we have like lunches and dinners and everything planned, and of course church on Sunday as well.
And of course, we have to talk about food and sweets.
Yeah.
So, anything that you guys prepare at home, or anything that is a must on your Christmas lunch?
Well, honestly, I think these things were very much part of our
Yeah.
schedule when we were younger. It was more mom and grandmom who would, make the kalkals and, start soaking the cake 1 year, like 2 months in advance and all of that. We did go for the cake mixing this year with the
We
hotel.
get called, yeah, by the hotels and all that for our cake mixing. But I think that's the one part of tradition that seems to be slowly fading away, where the family gets together 1 month before and starts soaking the stuff in ram and, doing all those things in preparation for the Christmas cake.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get a bit of it when we get to go home for those few days. And, but yeah, I mean, definitely miss those old days of doing, all the cooking and everyone getting together as a family and all of that.
And clearly, you plan the decor and you execute it, as you said.
That's right, yeah.
So, what were the new ideas this time? And
Yeah,
what did
so
you
I
kind of-
think, like I said, we thought of a boho chic tree. I don't know how many people will get that, but the idea is to steer away from the old school tinsel and all of that.
Yeah, and the reds and all of that, and make it more gold and a bit more opulent.
Yeah. And we also did a two-tone light this time. We did a
Base
yellow.
layer of silver and juxtaposed on top with the yellow stroke gold.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
Boho chic. See, I get it.
Yes, with champagne colors. So yeah.
That's great teamwork
Yeah.
for sure. And the celebrations began early this time
Yeah.
for you all. You all
Yeah.
hosted a event
Yes.
on which had Christ as
Yes.
the center.
Yes.
So please tell us about that.
So yeah, I'd like to just say one thing here. The thing is that what's happened now with Christmas over a period of time, everyone's focusing on the Christmas tree, which is fine, that's lovely, and everyone focuses on Santa Claus, which is the commercial aspect of Christmas. But Christmas, the reason why Christmas is celebrated is something that everyone forgets, which is basically the birth of the Christ. So they have this huge concert in Girgaon Chapati. And it's basically one of only 3 events that's allowed to be celebrated there through
I
the
know.
year. And there were some 15,000 people. It was an amazing evening.
The cool thing is that there are only 3 events which are allowed to happen, So I think a lot of us don't even realize that. I mean, we don't even imagine that an event is happening on Girgaon Chapati. You know what I mean? So
And this time of the year with the weather
it was,
and everything
yeah,
was beautiful.
It was lovely. We could see the whole Queen's necklace from where we were, and we were on that stage, and it just kept filling up and filling up. Every time we went out onto the stage, there were more and more people.
Yeah.
And I think it was really touching for us because, a lot of the time I get asked कि Christmas में क्या होता है, and like, हम लोग Santa को prayer करते हैं. Like, Santa is not a god, you know what I mean? But people aren't aware of what it is. So it was so touching that we got to have 18,000 people there, and people got to learn what Christmas is. It's very simple. It's just the birth of Jesus, and the tree and all of that is just extra. You know what I mean? The main story is that for us, who we believe is God on earth, the Messiah was born in a little stable. That's the stable. That's why the cows and all of that, So he was like the king of the universe, but he was born in the most humble way. And, the angels sang when he came into the earth, and that's why we sing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
So it was just so beautiful to have like the carols and have like we had all the denominations together as well. So this was not just Catholic Church or Protestant Church or anything. It was like all denominations coming together to celebrate Christmas. So it was really, really good.
Especially after COVID, I think we need those kind of
Yeah.
blessings and the
Yes.
celebration as
Yes.
well. So yeah, yeah.
And I think it's like people have, we've missed just being together.
Yeah.
We all celebrated all the festivals from our homes and we did our best to make it, fun through all the digital means and everything. But just coming together, especially Christmas, is all about family. It's about sharing it, all of the goodies and having all those,
I think it's about
dinners
sharing the
together.
joy, whether it's
Yeah.
family or friends or even people who are random. It just doesn't really matter. It's the spirit of Christmas that they say, and it needs to be shared.
So that was Prabhu Yeshu Jan Motsav, and hopefully it'll be bigger and better,
Better next year,
next
yeah.
year.
And we have to also talk about childhood memories because the
Yes.
best Christmases are for sure during that time and the excitement. So, what are your memories, both of you?
Every year is different, has its own flavor. Every season in life has a different flavor. When we were children, it was more with mum and dad and grandmother and grandfather. And so for me, a lot of the memory is sitting down together. Because I grew up in Delhi, it was very cold. So we used to sit down and, it used to be like a nice place when everybody's sitting there, like the room gets warmer. Otherwise, it gets so cold in Delhi, and especially during Christmas time. And everyone would cut, November, everyone was like cutting fruits. I think the weather shifted because it used to get cold even in November at that point of time. So everyone was like, cutting stuff and putting it away. And yeah, that was the build up to Christmas. And then Christmas, everyone would come home. It was an open home, friends, colony, everybody, people you've met once a year would come. Christmas was the time you met everyone and you knew who everyone was. So I think it was the spirit was of sharing it with people.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter whether they were friends or not friends who visited us regularly. Everyone was welcome home. Mom would cook up a whole bunch of food, and then you just carry on from the morning, come back from church, and everyone would open their gifts, and then people start pouring in until night. Everyone was sitting down, and it was drinking and merry and food and just a non-stop party, I think.
Yeah, I think mine was a little bit different simply because it was Chennai and it was not cold in any way.
Two extremes for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it did cool off, so we would be like wearing our jackets, wow, and all of that, to Christmas
sweating inside?
service. No, it's still like, okay, you can wear a light jacket. But I think, similar memories, all of us getting together. And my mom would always make a big production of the crib, So we always make a little crib. I mean, I've become very modern and creative with my crib. You'll see it. It's very tiny. But my mom's crib would be huge. And I remember one Christmas, we woke up in the morning and Jesus has been pushed out of the crib and the cat has curled up in the center of the crib with Joseph and Mary and everyone around.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So we had
That looks like a Jesus cat.
Jesus cat, yes. We had a lot of pets growing up. So mostly it was a similar story of these pets just destroying the decor, cats trying to climb the tree. I think one of my craziest memories is one year my dad said, let's get a real tree.
Okay.
And so we went on this expedition. In those days, there was no regulation and everything. We went down to East Coast Road, all of us. They took out saws, my cousins, my brothers, my dad, everyone. They sawed down this, fir tree.
Did they get chopped off themselves or what?
I think by the time we got the tree home, it was such a fiasco that they were like,
How did they load it onto a
never
car or
doing
what?
this again. Yeah, we tied it on top of the car. There was not much of the tree left when we got home. But, and that tree, the cats really climbed. They really thought it was brought for them.
I'm sure that.
But those were like the old school days where things were so simple. I mean, aajkal though, if you try to go and cut a tree somewhere, I'm sure you will have somebody, telling you that
Unless you're a politician
you
or a
broke
builder,
some rule or
somebody will
whatever.
chop you off.
Oh my gosh, but that kind of stuff. And in Chennai, we always used to have a lot of rains. So that was always a big gamble.
So Christmas is what, wet Christmas for you guys? Or?
Yeah, well, we would just pray that it would get done before Christmas. And most years we were lucky enough that at least by the 15th of December, the rains would have stopped. But there were a couple of years when it was quite sad because we couldn't get most of our decor up and everything because everything was still wet.
Feels rather strange when you're walking in your gumboots through water to come for Christmas, no?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's our craziness. But otherwise, the cooking, the food, friends coming home. And our friends had Christmas marked that they would be at our home, whether we invited them or not, or whether there was a plan or not. People would show up and be like, when are we going to church? Where's
Actually,
the
this
wine?
is true.
And
Whereas the
especially,
wine was a big thing because I
Yeah.
remember my dad's friends used to come and people, even in the colony, knew that, okay, we can go to their place and we'll get a lot of alcohol. So they would land up. And then my dad would say, Acha, chalo, good, chalte, abhi, bye bye and all. And say, Arey, nahi, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, come sit down back again. And by the time they get rid of everyone, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm wondering what happened here.
yeah, I think even for my friends, they were allowed to have that little glass of wine that was given in our home because everybody knew. So it was like they would be waiting for that,
Did you all
to
make ginger
come
wine?
home. Yeah, ginger wine and even the grape wine and everything. Yeah, we had, these aunties who were famous for making that wine. Or
But
if
ginger wine
someone
was actually pretty cool. It was spicy and there was chili and ginger. I don't know what all they used to make. And then
it's a
you take
very
a sip of it.
Anglo-Indian and Goan thing. So yeah, so my friends would be there ready to get their wine for the year.
Yeah, that's relatable.
Jo sahab, kaise ho? Chalo wine peete hain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And were you also part of the carol singing groups and all that other fun? That
I
I
don't know
used
whether
to shy
Keith
away. No.
did
I
any.
used to hate it. I wouldn't, like, I'd enjoy it,
Yeah.
but I was never part of singing because for me, I was like, oh, I don't think I could sing. Then later on, I kind of discovered that maybe I could sing, but never really got into it.
I was in every carol group, dancing, performing, this, that. That
Hello,
is like
carols
part-
are to be sung, not danced and
No,
performed.
we used to dance and all, and then we used to have like our rap versions of things and all. And Jesus, Jesus, coming down, da 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 da.
Anything,
and we'd
kuch
be
bhi.
doing full grooving and all, trying to
Oh, that
make it
sounds like
cool.
fun for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like for me, Christmas was always such a huge part of my life, and my birthday is on the 25th of November. So literally, my birthday would finish, and Christmas would start.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as a family, we did a lot of caroling. We used to perform in the hotels as well. Like because I was in a ballet class, I was in dance class, so whichever group I was a part of would be doing some performance or the other. And then of course I used to serve in church as well, so I would always be on Christmas Day. My whole day would mostly actually be in church because I would be serving in the masses and everything. So I did it all. You name it, I did it
Serving the masses or in the masses?
in the mass.
And do you all remember your first Christmas together?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
that
it
like?
was in the Bigg Boss house.
Oh yeah,
It was very depressing.
Very
yeah.
depressing.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
actually,
I
it was
remember
fun in a
this.
way because we kind of got everyone to the spirit, and everyone was like really low around that time. I remember because everyone was missing home, and they were like, we'd been there already for 3 months or something like that, and it was getting exhausting for everyone. And then Rochelle came up with this great idea of Santa, Secret Santa. But by the end of it, trust them,
Secret Santa.
everyone was
thinking
fighting
that
with everyone
Everyone
and-
will feel happy. I said
by the end of it,
everyone
it
come
turned
up.
into a damn fight.
We'll each pick a name and you have to get a gift for that person from your own stuff, obviously, because we weren't getting stuff from anywhere, right? So I said, chalo, at least we'll all be happy and all. Oh my God. उसमें भी लड़ाई कितना लड़ाई somebody was stealing someone's chocolate, somebody was gifting something that was not theirs, फिर रोना धोना, and then finally Rochelle रोना धोना on top of everything else.
And then I had to calm her down and say it's okay.
Christmas. How can you all do this?
Full drama, like completely emotional roller coaster madness.
But one memory that I have of that was that, Salman's birthday is on the 26th. He came into the house on the 25th and
What happened to that drawing? Yeah.
Yeah, he painted a picture for us for
Drew a
Christmas.
picture of Jesus for us.
Yeah.
Very sweet of him.
That was very sweet. So I think that was a very sweet memory because it was like,
But वो चोरी हो गया, उन्होंने ले लिया, someone kept it.
We never
Must have been
got
some
that
fan, we
picture.
never got it back.
Yeah, we never got that picture back, but it was a very sweet moment. We got to have a little bit of our church in the Bigg Boss house, and I think that's the craziest memory. I mean, it's something to treasure for sure.
Our first Christmas, yeah.
Remember, they did the snow
Oh yeah,
machines?
they made the snow machine, and they
Yeah.
it's sort of in the middle of the night. Suddenly, they put all the lights on, and they made this snowfall with the artificial snow machine. It was because it was Lonavala that it was really
actually
cold. It became like beautiful. I mean, like everyone was like with their jackets, and it was like, oh, this feels like Christmas.
Yeah,
wow,
that was nice.
It was good fun.
Lonavala was so much more,
Yeah.
believable that we are actually out
It gets
of
cold.
the
It gets cold. in winter.
I was just thinking, imagine if I did Bigg Boss this time, like it's here. It would be so like mind messing because you would be like, my house is literally there and I can't go.
I probably, if she was there, and I would be like, hey, what's happening?
Yeah, but I don't think I will ever do Bigg Boss again in my life. Never. I'll send Keith.
Never.
The one good thing that came from it is that at the end of those, all our friends thought me and Keith were fake dating and that we were going to end up going and breaking up inside the house. And it's
They
going to
had
be
bets and
drama.
all that. There's a friend of mine, he
Yeah.
took bets from his friends saying they're going to break up, and he lost all the bets and he had to pay them.
Yeah, but actually, at the end of it, not only did we survive, we were still in love with each other. And I think that was the point when we, for me at least, I was convinced that.
Little did we know we were preparing for the real lockdown after 2 years.
2 years of lockdown. But for me, it was like, if this guy can stick it out with me after this, and if I still want to be with him after this, then we can take anything in life, you know.
Any traditions that you guys created after, of course, marriage, and anything special that you all do?
So one thing for us, which is a must, of course, is opening our presents on Christmas morning, and
Yeah,
they're
and-
always small presents. Like Christmas presents are not, fancy presents. It's more like cute little things or handmade things.
Things that you know the other person will find fun and enjoyable. So
Yeah.
it's not the regular stuff that we give each other.
Yes, so that's one big tradition.
And
of
also putting
ours.
up our Christmas tree is another big
Together,
thing. We always do
yeah.
it together. We make sure that we do it together. It's even though she shouts sometimes, she likes and she's like, do this color and do that there. But yeah, it's something that we do together.
And we also do church with our church community, and we try and get as many of our friends along as well. We always have dinner afterwards at the church. So, Christmas is, the parties and all happened before, but Christmas Day is kept, simple and
Fun.
and holy, I guess.
Yeah, I just think Christmas is one part of the year where you really must sit down and count your blessings. A, because it's the end of the year. And secondly, also, I think what COVID has taught us even more so, that we need to find in our hearts to feel really blessed because, I mean, we've all made it through COVID and we're back, we're still here. So the smaller things in life, we're not talking about the bigger things, but just good health and happiness and having people who genuinely care. I mean, what COVID has done is sifted out the fluff from the reality. So it isn't necessarily about relationships, it's about relations, that you have, and some of them have been proven to be very deep and some of them have been just superficial, so you realize.
Also, for me, one of the things that Keith and I think, have been very focused on is just to teach people in India and especially in Mumbai about Christmas a little bit more. I mean, I know all the Bandra folk have it covered, but I think I've realized, especially in our industry, that there's not too many Christians. So it's always nice to represent. And now with reels and everything, we do a lot of extra Christmas content because we just want people to know what the festival is all about, and it's our moment to kind of share with everybody,
Share joy.
Yeah.
Like Diwali, people share their joy with us. Christmas is our moment to share with everyone.
Any places that you all shop at, maybe for your decor, or any favorites when it comes
I
to
think
buying
when it comes,
food?
So-
I think when it comes to buying stuff for Christmas, we try to go more artisanal and more local. We want to support the local communities, so we try to stay away from the big brands and all of that and go more local.
Well, there is one brand. It's called Raves. So the story of Raves is that they actually started as a little store in Chennai. I remember buying a Christmas tree with my mom like 15, 16 years ago from them, So they were really a little tiny place in Chennai. And I remember when they first opened, we were all so excited because they had like the imported trees and the imported, we were like, so wow, it's something new, and I have to say it's amazing because they've actually grown over the years, and in the last
got a
few
store in
years,
Chennai.
they've started opening a
They
store
do a
even
pop-up stall in Chennai
in
on
Mumbai,
Christmas.
you mean?
You're saying
In Mumbai.
Yeah, in Mumbai.
Bandra.
And this year they did like Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Goa, and Chennai. So Keith was surprised because when we went in there, I started talking to everyone in Tamil, and he's like, what's going on? We are like at Elko Arcade and you're like talking to people in Tamil and you're doing Christmas shopping. And so that was pretty cool. It's good to see like a small company grow up. And we have a lot of our friends who bake. So we order most of our gifts and most of our goodies that we're giving out to our friends is from all our friends' businesses, and we try to support them and,
Yeah, that's
make
sweet.
sure that we book them out for Christmas.
Simple and happy.
Yep.
Hey guys, this is Keith and
Rochelle.
both of us are Kiro. We wish you all a very, very, very heartwarming, fun, loving, blessed Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful time with your family.
Yes, spread the love, just enjoy yourselves and have the best time, and all the best for the new year.
Merry Christmas.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.